Between now and July 24th, we are going to have 4 major planets that are forming one of the most talked about astrological alignments of 2026. This is known as Barbault's basket. This is a much larger collective turning point, which we have been pointing towards between 2025 and 2030, and this is going to start that. Jupiter is in Leo, Uranus is in Gemini, we have Neptune retrograde in Aries, and we have Pluto retrograde in Aquarius right now. These specific planets are going to be forming a network of trines and sextiles and one extremely important opposition between Jupiter and Pluto. That means we are looking at enormous opportunity and intense struggles over power in leadership, in technology, and spiritual awakenings. There is going to be a rise of ideas that are going to completely reshape the future. Jupiter opposing Pluto, that tells us that none of this is going to happen without a battle over who controls the future. And then Jupiter in Leo here, that amplifies all of the visibility of it. It amplifies the creativity, the celebrities, the ego, all of that, the desire to be recognized. But Pluto here in Aquarius expresses the power inside of the technology, the power of the social media networks that we are forming, the power of the governments, the communities that are building. We hold the power. The government doesn't hold the power. During this time period, you will see leaders that are going to rise up. You're going to see a lot of these new technologies that come about. We're going to see new ideas forming and accelerating. It's going to capture the collective very quickly, but you're also going to see false saviors. You are going to see people on ego trips. You are going to see spiritual manipulation with beauty. There's going to be powerful institutions that are going to fight for control of the narrative. So much propaganda, so much false news. Now, the last time Barbault's basket actually occurred was no previously historical event that was ever written down in history. But we can track individual planetary cycles such as Uranus and Gemini, that was coinciding with the American Revolution, the American Civil War, and World War II. Periods where communication, technology, transportation, all of the propaganda that you saw, all of it just really rapidly changed, especially with warfare. And the last time Neptune here moved through Aries was during 1860s, 1870s, and again, this was spiritual movements, war, it was sacrifice, it was ideological conflict, it was a lot of figuring out where your identity and your freedom was coming from, the new definitions of it. And the last time that Pluto was in Aquarius was during the revolutions, when they had monarchies, they had inherited power, they had a lot of these established systems of authority that were being challenged. That doesn't mean that history is going to repeat itself exactly, but what it does mean is that we are once again entering that period when humanity must decide what freedom, truth, leadership, what the collective power actually means to you. Technology may rise faster than our ethics, and then we have new leaders that are going to rise, but you're also going to have these false saviors, many of them. Information is going to spread faster than your ability and anybody's ability to verify it. And spirituality may become a lot more visible, but so will spiritual performance, and so will the manipulation and the ego. And we've been talking about that in the spiritual community, so make sure you guys have your head on a swivel because they're targeting you. And this may also explain why people have been feeling something very strange leading up to this exact window. People have been reporting exhaustion followed by sudden bursts of energy. They're having disrupted sleep, waking up at odd hours like 3:33, 4:44, 2:22. They're having more vivid dreams. They're remembering their dreams. They're having emotional detachments. They're also having these strange time perceptions, especially with CERN shut down. Everything is moving very slow. But that sudden clarity, it will arrive. You're standing in between two different versions of your life right now. And astrologically, that makes sense. Uranus and Gemini, that's sudden changes. Those are the media, the communication, the technology, all the transportation. Those are the sudden changes, the patterns, all of it. Are you snapping into it? But then we have Neptune in Aries that dissolves the old illusion so you can see them. And that old version of you may not feel real anymore, but the new version hasn't fully formed yet. You're having these relationships that you once chased just suddenly feel distant. Goals that used to matter may feel empty. Conversations feel artificial and repetitive. So the outside world is feeling a lot louder, but your inside world is very still and very quiet. But stillness doesn't mean that nothing is happening. Sometimes stillness here appears when old cycles have stopped receiving your energy again, but the new ones have not gained any type of visible momentum. So you're in a space between identities, a space between timelines, a space where you are able to hear what you drowned out constantly. That's why this is not the time to force every answer. This is the time to observe right now. Pay attention to what keeps resurfacing. Pay attention to the people that you want to stop idolizing. Pay attention to those ideas that are continuously returning to you. Pay attention to what your body is ultimately trying to tell you, because your body is going to often recognize any type of misalignment before your conscious mind is even ready to admit it. But again, during this window, you really want to protect yourself from information overload. Every headline, conspiracy, prediction, it doesn't need your energy. So before you react to any type of news media that comes out, ask yourself, is this information verified? Is this fear that it's producing actually mine, or is it set in there? Am I being informed, or am I being emotionally manipulated? And does this deserve my energy right now? Probably not, because this next era is going to be controlled by those who have control of the attention, those who have control of the information, those who have control of the technology, those that have control of their creativity and the collective belief. Your sovereignty is going to be your biggest superpower, along with your discernment, especially information sovereignty, and understanding that the algorithms here influence what is fear, what is your desire. They influence what you believe beyond everything else. But spiritual sovereignty is about not trusting everything that is laid out in front of you and surrendering your power to a teacher, to a politician, to a celebrity. But you also need creative sovereignty. So no longer waiting for somebody to approve the type of work that you're here to create. And then emotional sovereignty, we have to protect that, because we can't allow every crisis, every comment, every relationship, every type of mood or collective mood dictate the condition of your own inner world. And your physical sovereignty is about standing in your own power, your own authenticity, and building what you desire. Also building physical stability, so learning new skills, trying to protect your data, understanding your financing, taking care of your body, strengthening your relationships. The greatest danger of this period is not the change itself, it's actually the fear, and allowing the fear to make us so desperate for authority. When people feel so uncertain about their surroundings, they are going to search for something that promises certainty. That's where the false leaders come in. That's where all of these extreme ideologies come in, the manufactured enemies that they are preparing you, and the technological control. That's where that enters. So do not follow somebody simply because they speak confidently. Look into their actions. Look into who benefits from their exact messages. Look at whether they are teaching people either to think or they are training people to obey. The greatest opportunity of this period, though, is that the people have access to tools. They have access to information and communities and creative platforms. Barbelt's basket is not one magical day that is going to claim to change the entire world. It's revealing the architecture of the new era. We're not being asked to predict exactly what comes next. We're asking to become the kind of people that are going to continuously meet it. We don't need to be rescued. We need to be grounded, and we need to participate in the next step.